When we last left off, Jasmine tried to convince Gino to be in an open relationship. In this episode, Gino finally agrees because he wants to kiss Jasmine after sucking Matt's dick. Hey friends, this is Dee-man Johnson III, and today we're going to talk about the latest episode, The Last Resort.
If she says, I'll give you location services, would that affect you saying, okay, I can move forward with an open marriage if I know where you are?
This is so fucking stupid. How is that going to help you at all, Gino? I was gonna wear this hat out of solidarity, but f you, Gino. We're both bald. You're bald.
Yeah, it would help.
On the plus side, I know exactly where my wife is at. On the downside, she's getting 6 or 12 inches shoved right up her butthole.
I feel like I was put in a corner.
Oh my God, this has to be fake. There's no way anybody can ever convince you to have an open relationship if you're 100% against it. Gino is a goddamn cuck, and it's obvious to us all. He's gonna stay in the corner and he's gonna watch the whole time, and he's just gonna... It's gonna be his little game. Who can first? Matt or him? And in the end, we all lose. You know what pisses me off more than their whole situation? The fact that Rob the goddamn knob said the exact thing that I was thinking. He said,
what's the point of the GPS if she can have sex with other people anyways?
And then, as if it couldn't get any worse, Florian said the other thing that I was thinking.
Gino, no need to watch no more porn. Just watch Jasmine and Matt doing sex.
Geez, thanks guys. It's supposed to be me commenting on these people. But of course Florian mentions it because he's a master observationist. Is that how you say it? I don't know, he's just been around a long time because he's a vampire, alright? So them two saying that was almost the whole reason I wasn't gonna do this episode, because as soon as they said that, I'm like, damn it, my best jokes. And they're not even really jokes, it's the reality of the situation. Is that, what's the point of the GPS? The whole point of the GPS, as Florian said it himself, is to know that your partner's not cheating. But if your partner's out f***ing, who gives a shit what location it is? Hey honey, I know that we said you could only have sex with Matt, but I saw you at 2 different locations. Can you explain that? Gino! Don't question me! I said this was ethical! That's the word of the day, ethical. We're gonna be using it a shit ton. And I don't even think Jasmine knows what ethical means.
I cannot swim, I only float.
Well, no shit, she can't swim. Look at those dumbass, fake, stupid titties. I like how I use dumbass and stupid, so redundant, but who gives a shit? This isn't scripted. Look at those titties. They look so fucking god-awful, and of course they can't go below the water surface. She's always going to float to the top. She was even floating in the fucking intro. They're so bad that if you're ever on an airplane and it crashes, the first thing you have to do is get out a little knife and just start chopping Jasmine's tits off. Don't actually do this though. I swear, if you do this and I get sued over it, I'm gonna be really upset at you. They'll be like, what? Dee-man said to chop her tits off so I could survive. And they'll be like, sir, the plane didn't even crash. It didn't even take off yet. Meanwhile, you're just covered in blood and fake titties. God, so much silicone will be all over the place. Speaking of implants, how many do you think are in this one scene? I mean, I can see a whole crap ton. Bonus points if you can guess how many fillers are also in this scene. And now Natalie jumps into the pool to join them with a robe on. There's no real joke, I just found it weird that she's wearing a f***ing robe in the pool. She wants to body shame everybody, and then she doesn't even want to show off her body. F***ing hilarious. Now Rob and Josh are talking and they both get attacked by bees.
The is that? A big bee?
Get him! Sting him! F him up! Don't fly away, come back! The bee flies away, and now Josh gets to talk to his 90-day bad boy. So Josh is telling Rob how he wants to get out of the current relationship he's in because it's not working out for him, and he wants to end it right this moment so he can finally be happy and live with Rob. Rob then calls Josh
Captain Save-A-Ho.
Oh man, I'm from Texas, so I've heard that word forever ago, and I always found it hilarious. I get it now, it's a little misogynistic, but if the shoe fucking fits, come on, you think Natalie can survive on her own? She can't. She can't even use her money properly. She took all the money she used from the show, that's right, the $1,000 a day, she probably used it on this fucking tummy tuck video. Was it worth it? You know what? I'm not even gonna re-say that. I'm gonna keep the burp in and all, because you don't deserve no second take, bitch. Now we're with Stacey and Darcey, and Darcey decides that it's time for her to leave. And do we fucking give a shit? We already got one crying alcoholic. We don't need a second one on the show. Thank God. Anyway, don't let the door hit you where the doctor splits you. Is that the way the saying goes if you have a fake ass? Gino and Jasmine go shopping, and Jasmine keeps using this new word that she just heard of from the dumbass sex therapist who everybody hates. She keeps saying, "Are you ready for the
Ethical non-monogamous marriage?
And Gino says,
I want to go forward with it.
because Gino really wants to be kissed with penis mouth. It's the only thing that gets him off now, that and being peed on. And don't think I forgot about Gino being peed on. Oh shit, man. He just walks around all day like, damn it, why does Jasmine have to be vegan? She always eats asparagus and her piss smells horrible. What do you call that? When you like the ridicule, you like to be embarrassed. It's like it's a kink, and I can't quite remember what it's called, but that's what Gino has. He likes to feel like he's a small man, which he is though.
I feel like I need to take action.
Yeah, and you can take action by having action. Oh my God, the whole problem stems with you not f***ing her. So the simple solution is not her f***ing somebody else. It's for you to take that small little d out of your pants and just f***ing put it around her.
Pretty simple.
You don't even have to really f*** her. You can just pretend. You can put your fingers right here and she won't tell the difference. She'll be like, wow, Gino, did your dick grow? And you'll be like, yeah, it did.
If you end up getting too close to this person, we have to stop this.
Yeah, y'all are certainly not going to get too close. Jasmine wants Gino to talk to the guy that she's going to f, but Gino doesn't want to, and Jasmine says,
That's very strange.
how the f is that strange? If you knew your wife was f***ing somebody, would you want to have a conversation with them? Oh, f man, this just gets weirder and weirder. So now she wants them to hang out, go to ball games together, go fishing, catch some fish, grill some fish, all while she's probably f***ing some other guy, and then they'll have to come back to her, and Gino will be like, okay, honey, I'm ready to watch you f Matt now. I haven't f***ed off today yet. And Jasmine just bitches at them both. Don't buy that bitch a toothbrush.
I'm worried about Gino refusing to talk.
Oh, shut the f up. Holy shit. How did we get here? How the f did we get here? You're worried about him not talking to Matt? Why the f would he ever want to talk to Matt? And then the weird thing is later, everybody's like,
I think it's important to have a conversation with Matt.
fuck you stupid fucking dumb ass therapist. You are the fucking worst low life stinking dog shit turd looking motherfucker I've ever seen. I'm calling her turd looking because she's sort of like a dried up dog turd. Very easy to pick up if you're looking for one. So now they have the last worthless therapy session. Hooray! We get to see all these dumbasses lined up. Your haircut fucking sucks. You're a life coach, so you're fucking useless. You! I already talked about you. And you! Wait a second, who the fuck is she? What the f? Who is this person? I completely forgot about you. That shows how irrelevant you are. Gino tells them all that he's okay with the open relationship, and then the chucklehead says,
Well, one size doesn't fit all, right?
neither does one dick. And that's what Gino's gonna find out the hard way.
It's very, very important that
Oh,
before
shut the f up. I don't care what you have to say. It's important for you to, yeah. Fucking dumbass bitch. You were the one that lit this fire under Jasmine's fake ass to begin with. You're just sitting back watching your creation, and now dumbass Jasmine knows a new word, and that's
Ethical non-monogamous marriage.
basically everything Gino doesn't want to do, they're making him do. I don't want an open relationship. Okay, fine, I will have an open relationship, but I don't want to meet him. Okay, fine, I'll meet him, but I don't want to suck his dick. I said I didn't want to suck his dick. Hint, hint. So at this point, Gino agrees to talk to Matt.
We have to have respect.
mutual
know.
respect. Exactly.
How do you have mutual respect to the guy fucking your wife? If you know, comment down below. Anyway, Gino wants this open relationship so Jasmine will finally
Start listening to me.
yeah, that'll never happen. She's gonna do all the good things with Matt and just keep all the bitching for you. So now that we're done with them, they go on to the other couples. Who gives a shit about them? Do we give a shit? They asked Florian one word of how he would describe his relationship. And Florian, he should have nailed this because he's a vampire and he knows how to count. But he says more than one word, but who gives a shit about that? Let's go Josh and Natalie. This is the weirdest shit ever. Okay, let's go on them.
Can I touch you?
No.
Okay.
And after that, what is left to say? Your final therapy session, which what the f do they even do this whole time besides play in the sand and not even really talk about their feelings or get real true emotions out? This is not how you do therapy. These therapists are the goddamn worst. But here, I'm getting sidetracked. So, these two people, oh my god, it's the biggest dumbass shit ever. Josh finally breaks up with Natalie!
But I do have to let you go.
And Natalie just smiles. So those two are finally broken up. Thank God this fake ass relationship is over until we see them the next time on The Single Life or some dumbass shit like that. Natalie, you were already on The Single Life. And that was probably the worst fucking season I didn't even bother watching. Just how I didn't even bother watching the first season of The Last Resort. Alright, that's 2 couples down. 2 couples down! And I can't seem to remember who the first couple is. Oh man. Who the f was the first couple that left? Anyway, if you know who the first couple that left was, do not comment down below because I don't give a shit. Then we're back in Jasmine and Gino's hotel room, and Jasmine's calling Matt so Gino and them can chat. So let's see what happens. Next time on CUCK, it's over. Of course it is. The moment one thing interesting happens, the show has to end. I don't give a fuck about next time. I'll check it out next week. I hope next week's really the last episode and they don't do any tell-alls because they're like, okay, the next f***ing session is the ceremony where they decide if they want to stay together or not. Josh opted out. He said, you know, there's no reason for us to even show up. Natalie's still smiling about it because she's f***ing crazy. And Jasmine, she can't do anything with her face because of all those damn fillers. So that's this episode. How do y'all feel about this episode? It went on for goddamn way too long. I didn't cover the past few episodes because god, they sucked ass. So finally, something happened on this episode and a couple broke up, even though they probably weren't together to begin with. But I guess that's a monumental occasion for me to say something on this show. Oh, and Gino agreed for the open relationship. And that's it. That's this episode. It's garbage and I don't like it. So yesterday, there was so many tornadoes in my area, Jesus Christ. the siren kept going off, and I knew it was a bad idea to pick up my kids because, you know, you keep hearing, oh, if there's tornadoes, just stay put where you are, and if your kids are at school, keep them there because they're safer there than they would be, you know, on the road. But I don't trust that school to keep my kids safe. So I fucking jumped in my car. I knew it was a bad idea as I was driving because the sky looked green as shit, just like that scene from Twister. I was like, oh, I was even texting my wife being like, I'm going to get the kids. I don't know if this is a good idea. Because I just see the trees. They're dancing all over the place. It was literally... The only thing that made it not like Twister was nothing was being ripped apart or being thrown everywhere. But I was keeping an eye on the trees like, no, none of y'all fall on me. So I quickly rushed to the school. I grabbed my goddamn kids who were all in the hallway of the school, ducked like this under their lockers. It was a creepy sight. Like, of course kids probably freak out during this. So I made sure to grab them. We drove right the home where we continued to hear sirens for a little while. And then, you know, eventually it all went away and we were okay. Thank God, because if something bad would have happened, especially to this house, I would have lost all my editing gear. And then y'all wouldn't have a video? I don't know. We might have died too, I guess, but nothing happened, so we're all fine. So who gives a shit? I will tell you, nothing raised my anxiety up quite like hearing those sirens going on. Like, I was just like down there, like just the whole time thinking, oh, is this it? Is this the moment that I finally die? But the whole time I have to look at my kids and be like, hey, we're going to be okay. I definitely don't have anxiety. We're fine. And deep inside, I'm like, oh, we might not be. I don't know how bad the damage is. I heard that 3 tornadoes touched down around our area. And, yeah, we're fine. So good. All right, guys. This is Dee-man Johnson III reminding you that I'm proud of you and you're doing a great job no matter what, so always keep it up. I'm disappearing to the floor. Until then, I'm baking bread. Wait, that's not baking bread. I thought I only had one song on this bitch. I'm baking bread. I'm baking bread. Okay, that's baking bread. Okay, can we switch to the other song? No? I'm baking bread. I'm baking bread, motherfucker. That's what I said. I'm baking bread. I'm baking bread. I'm baking bread, motherfucker. That's what I said. I'm baking bread. I'm baking bread.